fault for me.
Earth Chopper Media was cracking this shit a little cryptic. And how y'all morning going? My morning going blue. My kids went to school. Nigga wake and bake. I'm back at the pad with my wife and my daughter. And I got a story time for y'all, right? Y'all see this? Y'all see the title? The title said, "Me and his phone went through hell," right? So let me break it down. I'm basically talking about a story how when I got this phone and all the shit I went through with. You know what I mean? So check it out. When I was 19, I was homeless, right? And I was homeless. My girl, she was pregnant with my first son. And yeah, so like I said, I was out there hitting licks. Me and the homie, Hissy J, who was hitting licks. So I got my girl with me. She gonna butt in. You got anything to say? We was hitting licks.
Yeah, y'all was hitting licks.
Go ahead.
What? Y'all was hitting licks?
Go ahead, get to it. Remember that one lick I hit?
Okay, so one morning you hit me up and you was like, yeah, I'm finna go on a mission. I think that's what I used to call it at that time, for hitting licks.
Right.
You was like, I'm finna go on a mission. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Let me pray.
Yeah, so I was homeless. Me and the homie was broke. We was on the block. We was like, all right, we're gonna go hit a lick. So we went out somewhere. I ain't gonna say the location where we went, but I remember I didn't have no phone, remember? So I used the homie phone. I used his J phone, and I called my girl, and I guess she was like,
don't do it. I'm like, don't do it.
She was like, don't do it, don't do it. So I remember the homie was like, bro, what the fuck, cuz? Like, we about to hit, bro. Why we about to hit a lick? Why you on the phone, cuz? Get off the phone. So I'm like, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna call you back, babe.
You hung up.
Hung up.
Before I was done talking. And I was worried. That's the last I heard from you.
She was worried like a motherfucker, yeah. So.
You gonna tell me my part or your part?
All right, I'm gonna continue. All right, so we gonna bet in. All right, so I hung up the phone with her. I was on the homie phone. I called her. We scope. Me and the homie out and about. We scoping, right? I'm on the phone with my girl on the homie phone. And she like, don't do it. And she was praying and shit. The homie tripping like, get off the phone. So I hung up. Bam. So we was scoping, bro. We ended up finding something. So we ended up cracking. So when we ended up, basically when we inside, we in the bathroom and shit. It was a jewelry box in there. And fucking we got like a little Ziploc bag, them little baggies, the little Ziploc, the big ass ones, and we filled it up, bam, with the jewelry and shit. And we had a suitcase full of other shit too, like TVs and shit. So man, we ended up cracking, right? So we ended up going back to the block. We ended up going back to the hood. So I'm gonna let you butt in from here. So this remember when we hung up and she was saying she worried and shit. I guess she was calling the homie phone. He ain't answering, cause remember we in there cracking and shit like. So go ahead.
Well, it's hours later, and the first time I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna catch attitude. He ain't answering. Hope he okay. So when I see him, I'm going off. Hours go by, I don't hear from you, and I know you call me all day. So I'm like, I'm about to go pop up in the hood, and I'm about to go off. I'm about to be a crazy baby mama.
So man, me and the homie been in the corner from somewhere. I don't know where the fuck we coming from. Then all I see, cause remember my girl, she pregnant at the time. She like all big out there. How many months was you?
I was at that time about 7 months.
7, 8 months or something. She was like big out there. Then I remember cause she had her niece with her, and she puts in the starter, and she big out there, and we finna go back to the trolley. I think was you going back to the trolley? You was coming from the trolley. We going back to the trolley. And I see my girl and she like all big and she like going on, wow, what the fuck? Ooh. Then what happened? Go ahead.
And then Mr. J was like, oh shit. And like y'all smiling and I'm irritated. And then y'all showed me the big bag of jewelry and I'm like, fuck that shit. And you were still happy. You was still happy as shit.
She was kind of happy too. She was just glad I made it, but she seen we didn't came up and shit. But she tried to act like she still had an attitude and shit. I'm like, bro, we straight. Look, bam. We showed her the big ass bag. Look what we got, bam. About to go cash out. So bam, she was cool with it. She ended up leaving. Me and the homie, we go to I ain't gonna say where we went, but we went to go get the money off, right? I mean, go get the jewelry off. So they gave us $1,200 in jewelry. So we split it in half. And they told us to come back the next day, didn't they? They told us to come back the next day to get some more money. I honestly think, like, now that I'm older, I honestly think them niggas lowballed us, cause like, I swear to God, we had a big ass bag full of, bro. That shit was racks, bro. Like, them niggas lowballed the fuck out of us, bro. Cause it was stolen, probably, but shit.
There was a lot of stuff in there.
Anyway, so when so we get a little bread off that. Oh yeah, the ring, right? Go ahead, what happened? Well, I tried to get my girl a ring. But she was so mad. She tried to act like she was mad. She was like, I don't. She was like, I don't want it.
I was like, fuck your
ring. I'm like, fuck it. So I go sold that shit. And she got mad. Like, how the fuck you gonna get mad at me? And I try to. Because that shit was weird as hell.
You don't just. You supposed to insist that I take it. You ain't supposed to.
I try to give it to you, bro. I try
sell it because I said no. I'm upset. That don't make sense.
Anyway.
So then that same night, you went and got a phone.
Yeah, that same night. Went to the cricket store. The homie went with me to the cricket store on 47 at Market, and they got a little cricket phone. I think I paid like $200, $2 something for it's a little black cricket phone and shit. I mean, and I was just happy to have a phone because I didn't have a phone. I didn't have to use the homie phone no more. I could call my girl whenever and all that shit, you know. So that's that part right there. So that's how I got the phone, right?
So you got the phone.
All right. So what was the next part?
The second part is right before QJ was born.
All right. So like I said, during this time, I'm like, I guess I'm homeless, like, but we
in the hotel.
We in the hotels, like, you know, I'm like, we sleep in the house or the hotels and shit. Remember we was
hotels.
We sleep in the hotels and shit. So we was over there. We was over there in Chula Vista at the Howard Johnson, but back then it was called the Travelodge. Remember, it was the Travelodge back then. Yeah. So we was sleeping in there and shit. Mm-hmm. So
well, this is right before our son was born.
Right before my son. So 2 days. Yeah, remember my girl way out there pregnant. This is 2 days before my son is born, and we in the hotel, and I'm still thugging, trying to come up on shit, hit licks. So me and the homies had a plan. So they ended up the homie Hissa J and the West Side homie, they met me at 5 o'clock in the morning at my hotel. And we fucking, we went out to go try to come up on some shit. I mean, I ain't gonna say the location, but we went out to go try to come up on some shit. And this lick right here was like one of the second to last licks I hit.
Is it?
Yeah, I could tell you a lick I hit after that, but yeah.
Okay.
two. Yeah, it's like one of the second to last licks I hit. I remember this, my son was about to be born, my girl out there pregnant and shit.
Mm-hmm. And, I tried to stop him.
She didn't want me to go, of course, you know what I mean? But I'm like, no, we going. I already had my mindset, we going, bam. So the homies came to my hotel that morning, we go out. And I feel like this shit was kind of sloppy because the West Side homie was drinking. Like, I don't know, this is like the story kind of weird. Cause like basically we was getting high and drinking before we went to go flocking. And one of the homies ended up getting caught. But how I'm gonna break this story down?
Well, as y'all was, right. All I know is later on that evening you left around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Later on that evening you called me and you was like, hey, it went all bad. Might be getting locked up. And instantly I started praying. I started having contractions at that moment. And you ended up getting away. Yeah,
but like during the lick, like I said, me and the homies was smoking it. The homie had like a orange juice bottle with some vodka in it, and this nigga was hella getting drunk, the West Side homie. But so we go in this house, and we grabbing shit. So when we leaving the house, there's somebody following us. I was watching this, like they seen we was in the house, and they stayed in the complex and they was watching it. So and remember, like, so me and Hissa Jake get on. The West Side homie still in the house. I don't know, Cuz was drunk. Cuz still in the house. So Cuz came out all late. So me and Hissa J trying to get on. The homie, Cuz had a bag with like gang and shit in it. Cuz we seen a nigga following us. Cuz the West Side homie and him coming out. Then we looking up and the nigga behind, it's a nigga following the West Side homie. Me and the homie are already like way ahead. So Hissa J he see like 2 Mexicans on the fucking skateboard and shit. Cuz give him his bag with all his shit. And he go with them niggas, I don't know what they do. I get the fuck on. Remember, I got my shit. long story short, I get away. And this shit kind of funny. It's the first time I revealed this shit. I don't know if the homie know, but because when I got away, the homie called me and was like, "Hey, Kaz, so we called each other. He like, oh, okay, you got away? Oh, yeah. He like, what you get? I ain't getting nothing, Cuz. Like, I told Cuz I ain't getting nothing, bro, because I seen the homie pass his bag off. I'm like, Cuz, you passed your shit off, Cuz. I'm like, Cuz, and I could have went to jail, bro. Long story short, the West Side homie and him getting caught. Cuz go to jail. This is how he get his first case, probation, all that shit, Cuz. That nigga got caught, bro. So I get back home. I get back to the hotel. And I got the motherfucking, this is when the Nintendo Wii's came out. I had a Nintendo Wii in my backpack. Like some other little shit. I had like a little flat screen TV, but it was like a TV/computer screen. You remember that shit? The little TV I had with it when I was playing it.
That's what you set up to.
Yeah, I stole the little, it was like a TV screen/computer screen. It was weird.
Monitor is what it's called.
Yeah, monitor. So, I guess I didn't have no games. So the next day, I go,
which is Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I go get some games and shit. Yeah, so I come back home. I had this little Looney Tune game. So I'm in there. I think it was Gary in there playing with me. I'm in there with her brother. We in there playing the little Looney Tune games with the little Nintendo Wii sticks and shit. That shit was cracking up. So my girl, she in the little living room part of the hotel, and she
I was
like
in the room at first. I was having contractions.
She was having contractions.
But mind you, I had false labor a few times before this.
She had a false labor, so I'm in the room playing the game. She like, oh, she over there like moaning and whining and complaining. I'm like, she thinks she gotta go to the hospital. So I'm over there playing the game like, baby, straight, baby. Like, I'm thinking in my head like, cause she had a false labor before. I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? So, kind of find out she was really in labor.
Yeah.
We ended up going to the hospital. So that night, you know, they hook her up. They admitted her, hook her up to the shit and all that, man. So, he wasn't born that night. But I remember I'm in the bathroom that night and what happened? I'm in the bathroom and I'm on the phone. Why the fuck I dropped my phone in the toilet, bro? And it kind of like, I was kind of like, fuck, like mad because my son about to be born and I wanted my phone so I could take pictures and all this shit. Like, so it's like, you know, so I was fucked up about that. My girl was in there like on meds, laid out or something. So I was trying to, I think I ended up going the next morning because I heard about some shit where you, if you put rice, like you get a cup of rice and you put like, if you drop your phone like in the water, you put the rice, or you put the phone in there, it kind of like dries it out or something. So I'll go back to the hotel and get some rice. Not to go do that shit, right? Yeah. And I was hungry too.
And they told us that
I was hungry. I wanted to go to the hotel. Like my girl was at the hospital. I was hungry. I wanted to go to the hotel to fix my phone before my son was born.
And they also told us to be a few hours before. They was like, oh, he's not gonna be here for a few hours.
Yeah, they told me my son wasn't gonna be born for a few hours. So
you left.
I left.
You pushed the.
I pushed the little what is it called? That medication?
The
epidural. I pushed the little button for her.
I was in pain as he was leaving. My son was born a few minutes after he left, so he missed that entire birth.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So when I go to the hotel to go try to fix my phone, I come back. I thought like I go eat and shit, and I come back to the hospital. I walk in the room. My girl's on the phone with my mom. Then her mom is over there holding this big ass baby. I'm like, what the fuck? Like imagine that shit. I was tripping out.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? So I go pick my baby up, look at him, you know, talk to him and shit. And you know, that was like a fucked up.
You actually looked shocked. You was like, what the
hell? I was
hell?
kind of fucked up about that because I missed my son born. Like, because I had to go back to the hotel and try to fix my phone and shit. That shit was fucked up.
And they told us that he would be here hours later. He was born a few minutes after you left.
So, yeah, that's that right there. All right, so after that, all right, so my son, he's able to go home now. It's like a day or two later, right? So we were able to go home, my son. So we go back to the hotel. We're back at the hotel, Chula Vista. So I made sure. So I wanted to go to the hood. I don't know why. I just wanted to go to the hood, probably get some weed or something, hang out. So I go back to the hotel with my girl and my son and shit. Make sure they're situated. Make sure they're straight. So bam, I slide to the hood. Bam. Get off at 47. You know how you pulling up on 47 and you cross the bridge, and it's like when you look at the creek side right there, it's like the little parking lot right there. Not when you pull up all the way to Charlie, but right there, it's like the little cul-de-sac back there. that's where we was at. I hop off the trolley, and it's a gang of people over there from the apartments, people from Harborview. I remember the homegirl Tweety was over there, the homie Aaron, some nigga named Mike, a couple other niggas and shit, the homie Jimmy, the little African homie. We over there. They had a little football and they playing catch and shit in the middle of the street. So I was over there chilling on a little wall right there, and I'm watching them play catch. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to play too. So I put my phone down, playing catch and shit. And remind you, it's an older nigga. He from Lincoln, but that's irrelevant. It's an older nigga named Byron. They call him B-Love from Lincoln, but he like a older nigga. He was like in his 40s, and I ain't tripping off no older nigga. But he stayed in Creekside because he was like a caregiver. He was taking care of some nigga named Bobby. He was like in a wheelchair, had no legs and shit. So he was like this nigga caregiver and shit. Nigga, like, anyway, so I'm right there. We playing football and shit. In the middle of the street, playing like 3 flags or something. We throw it in the air, niggas catch it. We was throwing the football back and forth and shit. Then I go back to the little wall. I'm like, hey, hold on, where my phone at? I can't find my phone. I'm like, I knew it was just right here. So I'm like literally deboing niggas. Like, hey, who got my phone? I checking everybody. I even checked the homie with Tweety. Who got my phone? So I ain't seen your phone, nigga. Like, what the fuck? I'm checking Aaron, where my phone at? I just had my shit right. Nigga, I ain't seen your phone. Woo. So I'm like over here feeling played. Like, hey, I'm just not finna let this slide, bro. Like, well, somebody just came over my phone, and I'm just supposed to go home, man. Like, let me cool with that shit. Like, the fuck, cuz? So I'm tripping, nigga. Like, bro, somebody, like, where my phone at? But I noticed the B-Love nigga, like, he had disappeared, cuz. So, like, when he came back, so I go right up to Kel. I'm like, nigga, it had to be him, cuz it had to be. So I go right up to Kel, like, hey, bro, hey, you got my phone? Before he even say nothing, bro, I floored this nigga. This nigga, like, flew like red, like, you know, when Debo Park red. This nigga, on the set, bro, this nigga dropped. This nigga, on the set, this nigga had, like, a little ring on, right? He had like a little ring. So I'm like, he over there on the floor knocked out. So I'm trying to grab his hand, I grab his hand, I'm taking it off. This nigga woke up. So I had to saw cuz out again, lay back out, bam, take his little shit off, bam. So I walk off. And I'm mad now because I walk off, go over there by the little stairs and shit, over there where I said Gardner never made the cut. So I'm right there chilling. Then Tweety come out of nowhere, like, he had your phone. Like she had the phone in her hand, but she came in the back. I guess he was in the back knocked out. And I don't know, I just know she came from back there with my phone, cuz. And I'm like, cuz, how the fuck, like, so I got my phone back, bro. I called my girl, then what happened? She was
going off.
She was mad at me. I'm like,
give him his ring back.
I didn't fuck that ring.
He probably found it.
No, fuck that. All right, so that was that right there.
And about a month later.
So remember, I got, like, all these, like, when my son was born, I had, like, a lot of videos and pictures and shit, and those is really like, what do you call it, like sacred or precious, like sentimental to a nigga. Like when you see your cause I don't really see too many baby pictures of me, but now that I got kids, I got all kind of baby, like, you know, it's like real sentimental, like, you know. So like, but the fucked up part of my fucking
no, that happened a year ago. I thought you was gonna talk about what to do with punching the trees.
Oh yeah, the nigga I socked out, B-Love. Long story short, a couple weeks later, I'm in the hood with my girl. We walking to the trolley, and we see the nigga. Hey, what he do? That nigga start punching the, you know, the little phone post. That nigga seen me and got mad and started. He had a little temper tantrum. Punching the little tree and shit. I'm like, cuz. That shit. And my girl was kind of scared. I'm like, man, he ain't gonna do shit, cuz.
At first I laughed, but then
that shit was funny though to
me. And then you started.
Cuz wasn't gonna do shit though. I'm like, cuz.
I was like, he ain't gonna do shit. But then a year later, about a year and a half later, at this point, our other son is born. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of his first moment, and I'm pregnant. And we have a lot of my second son first moments on just this phone. And this is the point where my oldest son is playing games on the phone, watching, you know, YouTube or whatever, cartoons on the phone.
1 minute. Also, short look, my oldest son got jealous of my younger son because there was pictures of him. So he deleted all the pictures and fucking videos I had of them when they was first born, the first moments they walked and shit, like, it was like, I was so pissed. He deleted all the videos and
He
pictures.
didn't delete it because he was jealous. He deleted it because he needed space for his game to download.
Yeah, I used to have my son use my phone, play games and shit, so I don't know. He just deleted all the pictures and videos. I was pissed. And that's the story right there. The hell I went through with this phone. Earl Chopper Media. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.